Hey there, mattphilleo in the studio working on this realistic acrylic wrinkles course. Paint realistic wrinkles in acrylic. I'm just looking at my video screen right now and everything's in reverse, so it kind of threw me off. This is the first time I'm doing a live YouTube video. But what I'm working on is a 16 by 20 portrait um, for my course. This is just a bonus video. I don't know, maybe 10, 15 hours worth of recorded material on my course already, where I took this painting here from just a sketch stage all the way to where it is right now. And here it's getting pretty close to being done. And so in this course, I'm teaching folks how to paint wrinkles in acrylic in a lifelike way, how to get the shading and the details and all those different things. But this is my very first live video on YouTube. I just figured let's try this out, test it out. I've never done this before. And if any of you folks happen to be watching, go ahead and join. And yeah, we'll just paint here for a little bit and you can kind of see what I'm working on. So I have this painting, like I said, pretty close to being done. Lately, I've been working on the clothing a little more, getting some shading for his jacket. You can see my reference photo, and I'm trying to follow the contours of the light source, the way it's hitting from the left-hand side and illuminating certain spots on his jacket. Recently, I darkened the background just to help his face to stand out a little more. I guess since this is a new session right now, I'm just going to ask a quick blessing and then I'll actually do some painting and demonstrate that for you. All right, so Father, I ask you bless this painting right now and help me to capture these wrinkles well, all the different details and, the light source, the shading and everything. Help me to just do the final touches on this painting. But more than that, the students that are watching, now and of course through the course and all the work they've done, pray you bless them and enable them to paint wrinkles in acrylic well. So bless them in all of their artwork and this time in Jesus' name, amen. All right, now what I want to do is still get just a little more contrast between the light source here on the left-hand side and the rest of his face. But before I do that, there's something I wanted to address. I just want to, I think, raise up the level of his chin a tiny bit. I think it's a little too long. So I'm going to take some burnt sienna as a base here, burnt sienna, and a little bit of raw umber dark. We'll add a touch of titanium white, and we'll see what that does. I try to keep the mix simple as I can to start with, and then I add a little bit more as I need to. I can always shift that mixture to the reddish side by adding some naphthalene red or alizarin crimson, but this will work. And I'm just using this small round brush. I think it's like a size 8. Or actually, no, I think it's larger, size 10. No, it is a size 8. Okay. And I'm just dabbing this in and just kind of rubbing the paint a little bit. So I dab it with my finger just to get a little bit of a nuance going on, a little bit of a gradation. What I'm trying to do is darken this area here, the shadow underneath. And so with that, then to actually raise up the chin a little bit higher. I'm going to thin this out with some matte medium. Again, I'm going to raise this up a little higher. And then up in here, I want to raise that area a bit too. This area could stand to be a little darker. If you look at the reference photo, you can see It is just a little darker in that transition between his chin and then this jowl area or buccal fold. So I'm just going to address that a little bit as well. And I guess there is a little bit of a crease right here coming from the mouth wrinkle that I didn't capture. And so I'm going to just take a little bit of raw umber dark and some titanium white. It's kind of a cooler color. And I think yeah, that's way too dark. We'll thin that out with some matte medium. I just want to get that slight angle in there. All right, and then I want to accentuate the shadows here. I try to see while I have the color on my brush to see what I can do with it and where else in the painting I can add certain textures. I'm going to darken this area right here by the nasolabial fold or laugh line. Just want to darken that area a little bit. All right, now let's take some more of this mixture here, this kind of burnt sienna mixture, and we'll just add it to that area below the jowl line a little. Sorry for all that noise. I live in the city, and I think right now we have a street sweeper or something going by. Seems like as soon as you set up a recording time, you'll have all kinds of crazy noise. But my goal is to get a studio out in the country. My wife and I are looking at buying a house out there. In fact, we're going to be attending an auction this Saturday. And yeah, it's got 5 acres of land, perfect place to build a studio. I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to build a studio that was like almost off grid with solar panels, solar heat, and you know, just make it fun, make something that would be unique. That's kind of the goal, and then invite people out there to just check it out and relax and all that good stuff. Hey, we've got somebody online here. Nasing, thank you for your feedback there. I appreciate that on the chat. Yeah, I mean, this is my first time doing YouTube live, so I might do this some more, you know, and it'd be good to hang out with the crowd on YouTube here, have a little different audience than what I have on Facebook, and try to get everyone together. And it's always fun to do some live events. Anyway, darkening this area on his jacket a little bit. And again, I'm using the glazing technique. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know, you recognize the glazing technique is using many, many thin layers. We mix the acrylic paint, you know, with matte medium. And this is how matte medium looks when it's wet. It's just kind of milky white, but it dries crystal clear. And then it allows you to get these really cool effects where you can layer many, many thin translucent layers on top of each other. And it gives you a luminosity and a depth. It also gives you the ability to darken whole areas. You know, I can apply, for example, glaze right here, and you know, you can see right through it. So you can darken an entire area without lessening your detail beneath. You won't lose the detail beneath. But I'm going to work a little bit on his jacket and get some fresh matte medium. It's just, you know, you get it in a bottle like this. You want to use matte medium, not matte varnish or gloss medium or anything like that. Now I'm going to darken his jacket just a little bit. And we're going to take some ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, a little bit of titanium white, and then maybe just a touch of raw umber dark so the blue isn't too potent of a color. There, I think you can see what I'm doing now. And then just a little bit of alizarin crimson because that raw umber dark made it kind of greenish. But what I want to do is then add that to this area and kind of darken this whole area. Now you see how I can darken it and yet my details underneath remain. Probably a little harder for you to see it. I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit so you can see it better. But like I say, you can just go over and all the details I have underneath are still there. And that's the beauty of the glazing technique, is you don't have to reinvent the wheel each time. Now let's darken this area on this side a bit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to wipe that away because I want to have this area here, this crinkle and the crease in his jacket, kind of be lighter because that's catching some of the light. So that should be lighter in value. Darken this just a little bit. You kind of have to scrub it in a little. Scrub it into the texture of the canvas. Now we can add a few little details right here. Just darken a couple of these wrinkles just by adding some strokes in the other direction. I had some brush strokes going diagonally like that. Now I'm adding some going in the other direction. And let's see, we'll load up my brush a little bit more. And then we'll again darken this area a little bit. Now if I look at the whole thing and I say, you know what, the colors aren't quite right, like this blue is a little too strong of a blue, I can always scale it back and tone it down very easily, just by adding a complementary color, like maybe a brown or something. Of course, orange is the complementary color to blue, but brown contains a lot of orange without being too strong. All right, so I think I'm going to leave off here for right now. I just wanted to do this quick live video. We've got almost 15 minutes going, so that's long enough for one video. But anyway, this is the painting I'm working on, just to show it to you again. I'll move the camera just a little bit so you can see it better. And this is for my Paint Realistic Wrinkles in Acrylic course. I'll go ahead and put a link for that in the video after this is done recording. But if you're interested in this course, it really takes you step by step in how to paint wrinkles, how to get the contours, the lighting, the shading, with 2 different light sources. Like I say, how to prepare your canvas, how to sketch it out, the whole deal from start to finish. And I'll be putting in a couple more hours on this yet, and that'll be in the course. But the whole course, you can purchase that for $97, one-time fee. You get access to the whole thing as long as you want, 24/7 access. So this is my little pitch for the course, but I just wanted to let you know about that in case you're interested. And you can find that at realisticacrylic.com and just go to the courses tab on the top menu. So you'll see it there. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little bonus video with showing this painting in progress, and I showed you a few of my tips and techniques. Hope you enjoyed them. Hope you found them valuable. And I look forward to doing more videos live on YouTube as well. So God bless you all. Enjoy your painting, and we'll talk to you soon.